Hey guys, what's up? DJ the Man here, back here with another video, and today's video is going to be vlog number 31. This video is going to kind of be like a life update since my New Year's resolutions video, talk about what's going on with me, have I been keeping up with my New Year's resolutions, let's talk about it. So if you guys watched my New Year's resolutions video, I talked about how I've kind of had like a string of bad luck lately, and one of those strings was that for some reason I wasn't able to sign up for my spring classes for college. So I had finally gotten in contact with the offices, and let's just say I've run into some financial issues where I can't take classes until the fall time, which was a big bummer at first, but you sometimes just gotta understand that life's gonna, is gonna give you a bad hand every once in a while. But again, I'm not really bummed about it anymore. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So that leads us to the title of this video, job hunting, because I can't be sitting around the house for 8 months doing nothing. So the first job that came to mind was the very first job that I had, which was a job that I took after which was a summer job that I took after my second semester of school. And that was, what I did was I just pretty much just unloaded boxes from trucks. And you know what? That was a great summer job, but the problem is that it didn't pay very much. Like I was only bringing home like $170 a week. And $170 doesn't go very far. Like I would spend like $50 on Amazon almost every week. In fact, one of the first things that I bought off Amazon with that money was this sword, or this Zanpakuto, or Ichigo Zanpakuto from Bleach. I was also part of the union at the time, so that was taking some money, and I also had Loot Crate at the time, so that was taking some money, and of course buying food because when I get off work I'd be a bit hungry, so I'd either go to a local gas station, get myself a little bit of a snack, or I'll go to like McDonald's or something. It just depends on how hungry I was. And again, it was the summertime, so that means a lot of movie blockbusters or summer blockbusters were coming out, so I was at the theater like every other week. And of course, I was paying for gas, and I was also trying to save up some money because once school started again and I had to quit this job, I wanted to still have some spending money. So yeah, $170 really doesn't go very far. So with that first place out of the question, I did some job hunting, and I ended up narrowing it down to these two places. We'll call the first place Warehouse 1 and the second place Warehouse 2, because I ain't trying to give out information like that. So each of these places have pros and cons. So let's go and talk about the pros of Warehouse 1. One of the pros to Warehouse 1 is that their shifts were wide open. I could work a day shift if I wanted to. I can work a night shift if I wanted to. If I wanted to work 5 days a week for 8 hours a day, I could. If I wanted to work four days a week for 10 hours a day, I could do that. They have multiple days open I could choose from, so their shifts were wide open. Another pro about Warehouse 1 is that even though you start out at, I believe, $10.20 an hour, it's easy to get raises. You learn how to use this machine, you get a raise. You learn how to do this skill, you get a raise. After 90 days, you get a raise. So raise galore. Another pro is that it's actually closer to me than Warehouse 2, so that means less gas and time wasted on the road. The only con I can really think of is that it just pays less than Warehouse 2, at least in the beginning. And all those raises I was talking about, those are only by like 10 cents or so it's not a lot. So that leads me into the pros of Warehouse 2, and one of the pros is one I kind of just mentioned, and that is that you get paid more at Warehouse 2. You start out at $11 instead of having to work your way up to that $11 like you would have to do at Warehouse 1. Another pro, and I'm not sure if this one's true or not, but another pro that I heard about is that you get a 10% discount or a 10% employee discount if you work for this company. Another pro is that I wouldn't have to be dealing with traffic when I get off work, which leads me into the cons of Warehouse 2. So the reason why I wouldn't have to deal with any traffic is because I wouldn't be getting off to like 4 in the morning, as in they don't have any day shifts open, so I'll be forced to work the night shift. And also they don't have the 8-hour option like they do at the other place, so I would be working 10 hours a night. Another con is that I would have to change up my sleep schedule if I took this job. Because again, they only offer night shifts, and I'm not one who to sleep during all day and stay up all night, so I'd have to change my schedule if I did take the job. Another con is that I would have to deal with traffic going into work, because I wouldn't be going into work until like 5:30 in the afternoon, and that's the time when a lot of people are, going home, getting off work. So again, I narrowed it down to these two places, Warehouse 1 and Warehouse 2, and after doing some thinking, I ended up going with Warehouse 2 because of that money. Yes, Warehouse 2 has a lot more cons when you compare it to Warehouse 1, but these are just really small problems. Working a night shift, I'll get used to it. Working 10 hours a night, I was planning on picking 10-hour shift anyway. Traffic, that just means I gotta leave out 10 minutes early. Again, these are just small problems, so Warehouse 2, here I come. So I ended up applying to Warehouse 2 yesterday morning, had an interview that afternoon, and now tomorrow I already have orientation, so they wanted me bad. So what will I be doing? Well, what I thought I was going to be doing was being a part of the picking and packing department, and what I believe what they do is that when you order an item online, they're the ones that actually go out and get your item or pick your item and they also package it up to be sent out. But the person that was interviewing me gave me two options. They gave me that option, or I could do something called customer returns. And what customer returns does is that they deal with people sending back their packages. And what I would do is check the package. If there's something wrong with it, I would send it one way. If there's nothing wrong with it or with the item, I would send it another way. And at least that's the way the job was explained to me. So I went with the option that sounded easier, which was the customer returns, because why work harder for the same amount of money? So as of recording of this video, I got orientation tomorrow and start work in a couple of weeks. So maybe I've finally broken this string of bad luck, because now I got a job working for a well-known company, and I got to choose between two jobs, and I got to choose the easier option. So let's hope good luck keeps rolling my way. So before I close out this video, I want to talk about one of my New Year's resolutions, which was to not be any heavier by the end of this year, but I would still like to lose some weight if I can. So one of the things that I've done to kind of work towards that goal of losing some weight is that I pretty much cut out going to fast food places. Like I haven't been to one in like half a month. So like I haven't had any pizza, no tacos, no burritos, no hamburgers, no french fries, no fried chicken, no ice cream. I haven't had any of that in like half a month. I also picked up on some exercising, some mostly cardio stuff like jumping jacks and curl ups and push ups, stuff like that. And with eating less fast food, that means I'm eating more plain food, like baked chicken, black-eyed peas, white rice, just normal stuff. So doing all that, I went ahead and jumped on a scale this morning, only to find out that I'm like a pound heavier. How's that possible? And it just doesn't make any sense, because I've been eating fast food on the regular like three or four times a week for like the past 5 months, and I didn't even gain 1 pound. And the reason why I was eating fast food like that, because at the school I go to, they give you money to spend on food. So I had on campus they have like a Wendy's and a Papa John's pizza and a Chick-fil-A. So I was eating fast food and didn't even gain 1 pound. And now that I've stopped eating fast food and started eating healthier and started exercising, I actually gain a pound? What sense does that make? Like, none. I mean, that better be a pound of muscle that I got. It is a little bit discouraging. It kind of just makes me want to go out and get myself a nice large burger with a nice side of fries from like Five Guys or something and just pig out. But you know what? I'm going to stick to this no fast food, at least for now, because, once I start working, I don't know how hungry I'm going to be like 4 o'clock in the morning. One of the only places that's open is, like a McDonald's. So, we'll see. We'll just have to see. So this kind of gets me thinking, is this bad luck just popping back up at me again with not losing any weight? Or is this the universe, playing some type of sick joke on me? I don't know. So this vlog's gone on long enough, so let me go ahead and wrap things up here. My next vlog will probably be about my first day of work, and that won't be for another couple of weeks, so don't worry, you won't be seeing my face for a little while. And so as always, if you guys like this video, like the video, and if you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this is DJ the Man, and I'll catch y'all next time.